Saberites, Anonymous here. Sorry I've been absent for a while. It's been very, very busy behind the scenes. Anyway, I'm coming to you today to talk about one of our basic movements, basic footwork patterns. We call it walking the circle. It is in our Soresu formula, so that's where most of it's going to be encountered. It's difficult because it is counterintuitive. So I thought I'd give you just a couple of tips on maybe how to make it work better for you and maybe apply it in free play sparring, that kind of thing. So, the circle walk, some of you may know, is taken from an art called Bagua-zhang, which is a Chinese martial art of the Republican period is when it got very popular. The stepping pattern is also found a lot in swordplay because it's obviously very, very useful. And its purpose is to allow us to walk in an arc or walk around something without having to cross our feet in front of each other and that way not trip over each other. So the basic method is this. If we start standing like this, in a ready position, we imagine that we're on the perimeter of a circle. Right? We open up this foot so that it's going around the outside of the circle. Then this foot is going to come right beside it and kind of angle in to the center of the circle. It doesn't have to point directly to it, but it should angle in just a little bit. Right? Now, importantly, we're going to keep our knees together here, okay? And that is to keep our feet from actually hitting each other. So as we walk, we're going to let our feet slide right past each other. Now you'll notice that I'm doing a sliding step or a mud step in Chinese parlance. But also notice that what's happening is I am gliding the foot directly over the terrain. There. Okay. So that particular footwork pattern is there so that it keeps the weight on the back foot. As we are going here, we want to keep most of our weight on the back foot. When we shift it forward, it should be fairly close, and then we let that foot just slip on by. Again, importantly, we want the feet to move past each other in this fashion here. So that if it's here, it's going around that other foot. Okay? Now, with the upper body, if you're doing it without a weapon, which is recommended first, what you're going to do is once you position yourself in your stance along the circle, is you're going to angle your upper body in towards the center. The inside arm, whichever direction you're going, is going to be pointing to that point. The other arm is going to come underneath the elbow of the extended arm there. Right? This is going to make sure that we square our shoulders and twist them in here to the center. Sink down onto that back leg and get it there. Then as you walk, continue to turn in towards the center of the circle. Alright? Keeping the arms here. Now what you want to watch out for as you walk through is the stance opening like this, to where our center is facing the outside of the circle and we're like this. Okay. Now what will happen is if I turn, it will not actually allow me to turn all the way. And if somebody's coming in, I will then be pretty much a big target for them. But if I turn all the way into the center, when I step in, I'm already halfway there. And then it comes out that way. Now, mud stepping, sliding step, gliding step, whatever, all of these things should eventually look natural, not odd. So as you're walking, even when you do it correctly, you shouldn't even look like you're sinking too much. Right? The idea is that we want it to be natural, that we can pull out in the middle of a match to get around an opponent, to keep them at sword tip, what have you. Okay? So, now, if you want to use a weapon, what you're going to do is get into particular poses. And these are, of course, covered in the Suresu formula. When we're here in the middle, we've got the zenith position, so the blade is higher than the hilt. Alright? There. And if we come up here, here's another position that we can be in as we walk around here like this. Now, because a saber is only on one side, you're going to be doing it a little differently on whichever side you're doing it on. So this right here, which can also be done here, okay, but this on the other side will translate to this. So our full moon to our new moon. Okay? Right there is our half moon. Right? And this can be done pointing here in the middle. Now, you can experiment by having different portions of the blade be your center of rotation. So if I'm here, I can hold it like this and think about rotating very much from the tip. Or I can think about here and do a smaller circle to start rotating around this portion of the blade. Okay, so when we do something like this, we're obviously keeping somebody away. Here, there. This can be, of course, used to swat something away, but if we're holding it up here, we can bear something there. We can always grab onto the back of the hilt, as most lightsabers are two-handed weapons. So there's that. Okay, so there are some tips for you on the circle walk and how it's used in combat. The important thing here is that we are really using our body mechanics to our advantage, so practice it well, practice it hard, practice it often. Be sure to watch all the other videos, get tips. Join us on our forum if you'd like to see more or get some feedback from us. So until next time, have a great day. Happy sabering.